Hello.
Hi there, Holly.
Let's see, I'm trying something different. I don't feel like sitting in my office today.
Oh, okay. I've
So you
had
can
that.
actually see me. I'm going to be sitting on the couch using my phone. I'm going to try not to like have a hideous double chin either.
Oh,
Because, I'm
I
vain
yeah,
still.
I get that.
Uh,
I
see if we can actually do this
Andrea
or not.
will FaceTime with Riley quite a bit, or
Yeah.
FaceTime.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like I'm always sitting in my recliner upstairs, so I'm just like holding my phone, and I'm like, oh my God, I look so old. I've got like 14 chins. But it's like I don't. It seems like it's always that. Or when I think, I'm like really relaxed, I'm like laying back, and then I look at myself, I'm like, what? When did that happen? I don't
Or,
know why I'm
like
so surprised. It's been happening for years, but it's
like the same way how wonderful you
still
look when
shocking.
you're at the hairdresser
Oh,
and you've got that cape on and
yeah,
all the stuff there, and you're just
yeah.
like, wow, have I always looked like such a troll?
I
That's,
hate,
that-
what would we have to talk about, right?
that's right. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
just let my hair down.
Let's see, it just turned 7, so we'll wait a moment.
Mhm.
This
This
away.
is
How have you been?
really good, actually. Really good. I'm very low key tonight, so don't read anything to anything. I'm just
Oh,
like, I'm pooped out.
hey, you be you. You don't have to ever explain, apologize, nothing.
There
Um,
we go. This will
yeah,
probably help.
it's all about being real. Um,
Okay. Always turn it
and
sideways.
I do apologize because I definitely have dropped the ball with the whole let's do some kind of stamp camp or some kind of event. Um, I didn't drop the ball
Sometimes
intentionally.
no,
Just
but sometimes there's just too much going on. I think, and with
life
your,
has gotten in the way, and it's like weighing heavily on my mind that okay, I need to get to, back with everybody.
but you know what?
Especially
If this isn't the year for it, sometimes it's just things are just not meant to be,
well,
and it's
and
okay.
it's just been a lot. I came back sick.
Mhm.
Well, Emily and I both, she got sick like I guess the third day we were there. One, two.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It must have
Hmm.
been Thursday that, or like early morning Thursday.
Hmm.
She got really sick, and then I got
Oh.
sick the night that we were due to, we were coming back, leaving the next
Hmm.
day or that day. But and I ended up at the ER and here, and it's just
What? Oh my
been a whole
goodness.
lot. Um, and then I saw a different neurosurgeon today about what's
Uh-huh.
in my hands, and he's gonna have a test done, but everything, and then he's referring me to a different, um, like a spine specialist,
Hmm.
the lower back. But so I've got these two things going on, but
Hmm.
I called right away for the referrals for both, but I'm waiting weeks on the one test.
Hmm.
He called it an EMG, um,
Hmm.
where he said they like hook up electrodes and stuff, and they do these like electric pulses, I guess.
Yeah.
They see how your nerves respond at different places to determine if it is a nerve issue or whatever. And then, so that's the end of June. And then he will talk with me about the results like July 10th. And then
Hmm.
spine specialist, I'm waiting till like end of August.
Oh my
They have
goodness.
me on a wait list if there are cancellations and I can get in sooner. So it's been like this has been a year,
Yeah.
I'm like,
And
oh,
then of course you're in pain the whole time
yeah.
too.
And it's
It's
like,
like,
I'm trying not to complain because it's nowhere near as bad as it was.
hmm.
It, and I knew that when I canceled with the other surgeon, because I was just unhappy with things happening in the practice. Um, I knew that it would be starting over, but reality is setting in today that it feels like a long wait again. But it is
Hmm.
what it is. I mean, I waited 3 months to see this guy, and
Wow.
this was from before the back issue. So anyway, so things are moving forward, but just slowly. Good news is
Yeah. Yeah.
Andrea are moving later this week. So
Congratulations to
they'll
them
be
making
living just
progress.
12 minutes from me. I'm super excited. They might be sick of me very soon, but
I doubt it.
so 12 minutes from me, about like 10 minutes from Andrea and Emily's dad, and about 15 minutes from my sister. So they're excited. So I'll
Yeah,
have Riley a
very.
lot at the end of the weekend. I can't lift and move stuff. Um, so I'll take Riley. I'm like, I
Yeah,
got the best
exactly.
job.
Yeah, that's the
I'm no
best job
dummy.
of all. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like we're in our late 50s. We don't have to help move.
Yeah. Like, your dad can go over. He's doing that. I'll take
Yeah.
Riley. We'll bring lunch. That was my thing. We'll
Yeah.
bring lunch. So
Exactly.
you guys, well,
Very
Tracy, I
crazy.
know you like chicken salad chick. Have you ever had that, Holly? Chicken salad chick?
Mm-mm. No, I
Oh,
haven't.
then you have to come and we'll have to get it. But I decided I'm picking that up for them on for everybody who's helping to move on Saturday.
Does that mean you're going next door though? Because that's kind of more important than the chicken salad chick.
Going next door? What do you mean?
Yeah, to crumble cookies.
Oh, I forgot about crumble cookie. Tracy says we got to do both. You don't get to do just one. You do both. I forgot about that. Um, yeah, I could maybe. I was thinking about making cookies just because I'm in a baking mood, but
Maybe that one.
I don't know how well I'll manage that with Riley here. So, but anyways, but yeah, we just might do that.
Hey guys, I have a question. When you're on your, oops, not that one. When you're on your phone and in Zoom, how do I see all three of us at once instead of just who's talking?
Um, do you have some place where it says view?
Mm-mm.
And you might not be able to, Holly, because since the screen is so small, it might not be an
Mhm.
option,
Okay.
is what I'm thinking.
Okay, I'll survive.
I'm not really good with that. Um, I know on the computer or a laptop, you can move the cursor around and you'll see the word view and there'll be like a set of 9 dots. And if you
Yeah,
click on
yeah.
that, yeah, but I don't know if or
Okay.
where that is on the
Gotcha.
phone. And
Gotcha.
I was
Yep.
going to ask because I do everything on my laptop because I can just see it better. But when I was at the doctor's office this morning and waiting, um, I thought, oh, I'll check the Stampin' Up updates. Well, I got into the demonstrator site, but I could not find the update. I'm sure they're there on the phone, but I could not find them anywhere on the phone. And
I
that's
can tell you how to do that
okay.
because I couldn't find them for the longest time and then I could never remember. There should be like a little magnaphone kind of looking thing in the upper right-hand corner.
Okay.
Click on that. At least I don't know what it's supposed
Click
to be,
on
but it
that.
reminds me of a megaphone.
Okay.
It might
All
be like
right.
a spotlight. I'm not
Because I
sure.
was doing the like 3 little lines
Yeah, I tried everything.
and I was like, gosh, I'm sure there are other people that use an iPhone for all their stuff. And I thought I need to ask in this group.
Yeah, I came across it one time and then couldn't remember and then found it again and
Okay.
couldn't and then didn't remember where I selected. So like by the third time, I finally like put it in my brain. I have to click
Okay.
up here.
Okay, I'll try that. But I run into that problem a lot of times with customers. Whether it like somebody has been trying to register for a class and she can't do it. And it's somebody that's been ordering classes for me for a long time. And the last time she had trouble. And then today, this morning, she had trouble. And I finally asked, what device are you using? Because all the links seem to be working on my end. And then later she said, well, she was on her iPhone and she went to do it on her computer and it worked fine. So I don't know why, or if she couldn't find the right link. I don't know. I'm just not real good at helping people when they're using an iPad or a device that I don't use all the time. And I know that was a problem when Andrea set up the Facebook group for selling retired products because she had had directions. Here's where you find the albums and you click this album, whatever. And some people were having trouble, and it came down to they were on an iPad or an iPhone. Now Android's a different thing because none of us are users for that. But so she had to do a separate set of directions for people who are using an iPhone or an iPad because things show up differently. They weren't where we thought they were. And now we get two Tracy's.
I'm trying to figure
Echo
out.
Tracy.
You were trying to show it.
So Holly, sorry.
Yeah, I'm on an Android anyway.
Well, see if you slide. Mine I slid.
Ah, you're right. That's it. The little buttons down on the bottom. Yeah, that does it.
Tracy's our tech troubleshooter. Okay, awesome. That better?
Perfect. Now
Where's
I
your
can see
puppy? Did I
everybody.
just see a puppy head?
Yes, that's my silver lab, my old lady. The other one's
Oh,
on
okay.
the he's very somnolent on the chair across
Gotcha.
from me. Katie's outside on the front porch napping in a chair.
Oh my.
That's my kitty.
They've all got their special spots, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so my first question for all of you, because I cannot believe we're into middle of May. How is your May? With the launch of the new catalog, are you seeing any sales or gaining any new customers, anything?
I went ahead at the beginning of the month, kind of very tail end of, yeah, I guess actually it was all in May, and met up with kind of my two people who the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator site sent to me as being local. So so I always consider, even though I have a bunch of other customers, they're like, to me, they're my real customers. They're not just friends. They're people, they're people I didn't know. Now they're friends. Anyway, so I met with both of them separately and showed off all the catalog and all the new products, and also let them know that I was going to do a color club, even though I'm like, I don't care. I just want to do a color club. I'll probably, if I'm lucky, I'll get one person to bite, but I don't care. I can still make it totally work. And sure enough, one of them did do and I modeled it very similar to yours, not identical, but very similar. And so I have like a little mini club for $25. And so I got somebody to do that. So I'm super excited about that.
So they're basically getting like a sampling of all the supplies. Yeah.
Yeah, Laura, they'll get like 4 sheets of cardstock of the color, and I really like the in color DSP, and I'll give them a couple little treats out of the what is it, the Unbounded Love, because that really features all the colors and some of the dots and things like that.
And I did see you advertise that, and I was like, yay, go Holly. Really, I mean, I applaud you for that, literally, because we all start at the beginning. We all start with the one customer or the one sale or the one referral from the DBWS. And I've kind of learned the hard way that sometimes you just have to do it and not worry about the numbers.
The outcome. Yeah.
And I remember at times telling people, even with in-person events, do not cancel. If you put it on your schedule and you get one person to commit or 2 people to commit, do not. And I've had that plenty, and they'd be like, oh, you should have canceled if I'm the only one. I'm like, no. And I say, you made a commitment to me when you signed up, so I want to follow through. And people appreciate that. Plus you get that one-on-one connection. You get to know them a little bit better. But it shows that you want to serve them well. So, whether you have 1 or 2, that's something, that's a start. And you build from there. And maybe next time you offer it, you'll get 2 or 3. Or maybe the person who signed up is going to refer somebody else. So, and Tracy, you've been in this situation where, and think about especially like your church group, that built up to something that you've been able to maintain on a consistent basis. And hopefully it'll grow even more. And I know it's a hard thing, but we're going to talk a little bit about that. But Tracy, any wins for you this month?
Not yet. I mean, I haven't had any classes. I passed out all my catalogs in April. So they've all seen the catalog. They like the catalog. So I
Okay.
sent out dates for May, but they tell me what works for them.
Right.
So I need to touch base
or
if
their
they
church,
picked
I
a,
guess.
yeah, if they
Yeah.
picked a May date or not. So
Yeah. So
just
and, well, we
depends on their
still have,
schedule.
what, 15 days. So that's good. But you jumped on it by getting those catalogs out.
hmm
And you know, I'm a preacher of you pass out the catalogs, you know, whether it be one or a case or 55, you know, whatever it may be. So that's the perfect step. And I'm glad to hear that people are liking the catalog. As I mentioned last week, it's easy for us as demonstrators to compare this to what we had before. And there are things I miss. I miss the DSP section. I miss the like the tools section, or all the adhesives being in the same place or whatever. Well, I guess those are adhesives are, but not the dyes and tools and stuff. But when I started really listening and reading in the Stampin' Up! Leaders site, it became apparent to me that every time, or most of the complaints were what it was lacking for us as demonstrators. And then when people started commenting about how their customers were responding, I thought, oh, it's a different thing. And even I've gotten that. And then I thought, yeah, the catalog isn't built for demonstrators. It's built for customers. And this is an example of where we're really seeing the push to bring in new people to the craft. So I have some ideas of things we can do together to help promote that. And I need new people just like you need new people, whether those are new experienced crafters, you know, come in as new customers, or if they're new to the craft and new to me. And we all need the same. And, you know, I don't know anybody in business that's not continually looking to bring new people in. So I have a challenge for you. And I was thinking about this the other day, and I thought, well, if I ask a challenge of somebody else, I have to do it too. So today I was like, after mulling it over for a couple of days, today I actually put it into place. And I decided I'm going to, and part of this, Tracy, is you reminding me when I said my sales in April were not what they were last year, that last year April sales were huge. And you reminded me that typically I do like an April 15th free tax day or free shipping or something like that around the tax date. And I never did it. I never even thought of it. So you're right. I have to put that on my calendar for next year. So that's kind of where I started thinking about this. So I don't know if you've seen, but I sent an email and I just posted it to my blog that for tomorrow, one day only, I'm offering 2 specials: free shipping on orders of $50 or more. And I had to make it very clear that this is my offer. It's not a Stampin' Up! Offer. So I even said, you'll have to pay the shipping on your order, but I will send you a refund check for the amount of standard shipping that you paid. And that's the way I've handled that in the past, and it's worked very well. And if people have any reservations about that, you know, I just say the same thing. And I try to mail those out within 24 hours of them placing their order. So that'll really be easy because it all takes place on Wednesday, tomorrow. And then I'll write the refund checks on Thursday and I will drop them in the mail all at once. Just it being one day makes it easy. And then the other part of that is I've been realizing that when I offer PDF tutorial only with my classes to go, that sometimes people think the PDF is only available the same dates that the classes to go are. And I want them to realize that no, PDFs are going to be available to purchase forever and ever as long as I'm doing this. So I decided to do a PDF sale, and I'm doing buy 2 PDFs, get the third one free. So they buy 2 on my site, download them, and then they contact me, email me or whatever. I put a link and tell me which one they want as their free, for a free one. Tell me the name of a third choice. So we'll see what happens. And so my challenge to you is to offer something that will either bring in new customers for you, or maybe bring in some additional sales. And I thought we could kind of talk about some ideas you may have, and I jotted some down also, but you may have ideas. So I'll have you guys share first.
I don't know if it's really going to be, it'll be new for me to do, but I was thinking about actually holding a little open house for all the new colors and stuff. And because I did it in a sense with each of the 2 gals that I met with individually, and got the piece of paper where you put the little chunk of the card stock, they can glue on the card stock and do the stamping, and then do the blends markers or the Stampin' Write markers, and do that, and then but also have them available where they can like assemble 1 card, and then we'll just go on to the regular open craft. Or because I'm not sure if I can really hold it on a Saturday. I'd have to hold it on a weekday and during the day, because that's the agreement Christine and I have. I don't get to do evenings nor weekends. I just get date times on the weekdays here at the lake. So something like that would be new for me. And and of course you never know, it might bring some sales, it might not, but definitely, like you said, kind of, hey, let's just come have some fun with the new colors. But
I like that idea.
Yeah, I think that's
like
what I
that
might.
idea, and
Yeah, that's one idea.
just saying, I welcome you to my home for some stamping fun. Here's the plan. And and every time we offer something doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get the results that we want. We may or we may not, but I think it comes down to being brave and trying it. I've never tried this thing with the PDFs before, and I'm wanting to build that part of my business to bring in extra residual income, because I'll be losing the, money I'm getting from the host rewards, when the new reward system is in place. So, and that's really no additional work for me. Offering these 2 things, writing a check and dropping it in the mail, or the PDFs, sending them a free PDF. That's not really hurting my business. It's not taking away from my income, because they're purchasing too. But it's opening up the potential of what's available to them. So we'll see how it goes, but same thing with you. Tracy, any ideas?
As I say, one thing, and I know you've done this in the past, Mary, is offer a gift if they bring someone new, like a little small incentive gift.
And what kinds of things would you?
Well, I still have a
consider?
ton of those little stamps that we used to sell.
Oh, yeah.
But I also thought cutting up old 6x6 or 12x12 paper into 6x4 sheets and giving them, 6 to 12, something like that.
Yeah. And then that's one of the things I wrote down here was a sampling of the DSP. Um, and I even wrote down, I mean, it could be any size you want. You can give them, full sheets if you want. Or you can do 6x6, but I actually wrote down 4x6 because if it is something that you would mail to somebody, you stick it in a regular envelope and it costs you a stamp.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be retired, it can be current. Sometimes I'll have like full packs of retired embellishments. I don't really care what it is as long as it's new. And in DSP, like I don't get it. Like when you think about it, a 4x6 pieces of DSP. So, a sixth of a package, or it could be a 12th of a package, really. We're talking like $1 that it costs you. And it clears some space for you. And, because we all hoard that paper. Oh, I'll use this, whatever. Well, in some ways, we're putting it to better use by giving it away.
Mm-hmm.
People see the quality, they have an example of a different kind of offering. They see the color coordination, that sort of thing. So in the long run, it could do more for our business by giving some of that away. Any other ideas of things you might use as incentives?
You could give away your little ink spots that you haven't used from all the paper pumpkins that
Yes.
stack up. I'm starting to get to that point where I'm getting 2 and 3 of a lot of colors.
Right. I've got a whole bin back here. In fact, when that woman in Westerville that was a close to my heart maker asked to meet with me, and she wanted to like be able to stamp each color, and I gave her a sampling of each color of cardstock, just like little swatches. But I said, I've got all these ink pads, these little spots, because she was asking, do you think starting out I should just buy a bunch of ink spots? I'm like, with the price of refills, I would rather see you buy a whole ink pad to start. However, I understand you don't want to buy the 50 or whatever all at once. I said, let me help you out because I have all these. She's like, how did you get those? I said, from Paper Pumpkin. They just accumulate. And that's something I've used too. Occasionally I'll get an email or something, somebody contacts me. I'm kind of new to this. Where do I start? How do I know what to buy? You throw some of those in an envelope and send them off or give them away. And they're like gold to those people who don't really have much in Stampin' Up! Supplies. But it gives them some colors and something to start with. So I think that's a great idea. Something I've noticed other people doing, I can't say that I've ever done it, but I do think it's a good idea. They might send away a free card kit. And by that, I'm talking very simple. Stick a card base, maybe the white insert, some, DSP, a ribbon, and, you can show them what the finished card may look like, but you make it so simple that they're just putting pieces together and they just put on their own sentiment because we can't send stamped images or sentiments. But if you do it something like that, they can make it any kind of card they want. And, it could be, and that's going to be like less than $1, really. Even with postage, you're probably not too far over $1. But anyways, so that's an idea as well. So my challenge for you is sometime this month, put something out there new, or it could be something you've done before, but maybe haven't done in a while, and see what it does for your business or see what kind of response you get, whether it's sales or not, or new customers or not. It might just be, wow, that's a great offering, or get somebody to ask for a catalog because you're showing them those new in colors, whatever it may be. A win is a win. And we all define our wins and our successes separately or differently. So I would say start out with what outcome would you like to see? Or it could be more than one outcome. What outcome would you like to see by offering something? And then put it out there to your people, whether it be through an email, a phone call, Tracy at your in-person class, could be anything. So, and I think Tracy too, for you, getting some of those people to bring in somebody new. Use the customers you have as resources to get new customers. I've always had great success with that, and especially in terms of in-person classes and events. And you could offer the same kind of thing, you know, hold your open house, Holly, and say, you know, bring a friend and you each get a free card, or you get to make an extra card, or you get to make your own bookmark, whatever it might be, or you get a sampling of DSP. So, okay, so that's the first challenge. I know I'm hitting you with two, but before I tell you the second one, I figured I'd break it up here. I did want to mention the inventory status report, because I had somebody email me yesterday. The in color DSP was out. When can she expect it to be in? Because she wants to be sure to get that on her order. I looked it up. It said the ETA was the 20th. And here it's in today. And there have been several things over the last few months that I've noticed have come in earlier than expected. And oftentimes a week, sometimes even more. So I'm just putting that out there to be aware of that. If you know somebody is waiting on something, you've given them the ETA, within a week or so of that ETA, I would start just checking on there once a day. And this customer, I hadn't even looked today. This was yesterday. She contacted me. I hadn't even looked at it today. And she said, oh, it looks like it's back in. And she was getting ready to get on a plane. She said, I'm going to put my order in tomorrow. Perfect, because now she'll get free shipping too. But just to be aware of that, because at times, you know, there were times we were waiting on things and then the date would get pushed out further. I don't know if this is intentional on Stampin' Up's part, over promise, under deliver, that sort of thing. But it's nice to see products coming in early, and some of them are so popular that if we can catch them before everybody else knows they're back, better for us, better for our customers. All right. Tracy, I thought of you. Did you guys see the Succeed Weekly email today?
I never read those.
Oh, you gotta read them, Tracy. You're missing out. Sometimes I get more excited for those, honestly, than I do reading the updates, because
I read on my computer all day long. It's the last thing I want to do.
I know, but I am trust me, it is worth the extra 5 minutes, because, okay, I'm going to share this. Let me see, share screen. And let's see. It's not coming up here. Hold on. Come on, Mary. Not giving me the option I'm wanting to see. Okay, let's go back and try again. Okay, share screen. I don't know why it's not. Oh, here it is. Okay, there it is. Took a minute to pop up. Share that one. Okay, Tracy.
Oh,
Look at this. Now, see, you would have missed out. That is your favorite stamp set.
It is, but I don't know
You would
if I'll
have
buy
missed-
it.
You would have missed out had I not told you. But this is what I want you to know. I wish I could make this bigger, but I guess that's as big as I can make it. But what I wanted you to notice is the progression, the step it up technique. They started out very, very simple. Really just stamp, ink, and paper. Looks like is that fussy cut or is that a die set?
No, they're dies with it.
They are
I
dies.
think, and I think they're dies for all of the dolphin and the sharks. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. And then here they added another layer, and this looks like a note card size, but here they added another layer, a little more die cutting, some blending in the background, and really the same two colors as the first card. And then here they added more color, and you can see here there's an embossing folder used in the back. I think that's the swirly one. But this, I don't know, again, this is like a gold mine to customers when you can show them something like this. And you could even do this in an in-person event. I mean, it's easy to do, make a video or do it live. And people are like, oh my God, thank you so much for showing me different steps I can take to make my card wow. There is nothing wrong with this first card. It's a great card. I love it. And sometimes less is more to me. Like, I think I kind of like this card better than the third one, but there are those people that are all about the stuff and they're going to jump to the second or third card as being their favorite. So my next challenge for you, and I put by the 28th, just because we meet in 2 weeks, is to pick a stamp set, pick anything you want, any current Stampin' Up! Product, and do a Step It Up. And all I'm asking is that you do 2 cards, one basic card, and one stepped up. If you want to do a third card, by all means, do that. All you have to do is do it, take a photo like they have here, and post it in the Business Builders group. And anybody that does that, post it in the Business Builders group, you will get a free set of Stampin' Blends from me.
Ooh.
So kind of worth the time. And it's your choice of color. And once you've posted that, and I would ask when you post the picture, just tell us the name of, like, the most basic products that you use, the name of the stamp set or bundle, maybe the colors you used, if you use a DSP, just the most basic. You don't have to get into, well, I used a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. No, just stamp, ink, and paper. Keep it simple. Stamp, ink, and paper. And do that by our Zoom on the 28th, and then just tell me what color Stampin' Blends you would like, and I will order that set for you, and when I get it, I'll ship it off to you. And really, it's not a competition. I'm not, we've done some competitions in the past, some challenges that ended with a prize, one person getting a prize or something, and that's fine. But even then, I really tried to make the focus about sharing. And we are a small group of business builders. And if the others in this group watch on replay and they want to participate in the Step It Up challenge, they can do the same thing, and they too can get a free set of Stampin' Blends from me, just for participating, just for sharing. Because we work better together, and I think we grow more by sharing. So, and Tracy and anybody else who doesn't typically read the Succeed Weekly email, I'll have to do this in the Mary's Merry Stampers, first Tuesday Facebook Live or Zoom, and see who else is reading. Because honestly, they've gotten so much better. They used to be something I'd kind of like skim and overlook, but I am telling you, in the last year, they have gotten maybe even more than a year. They've gotten so much better that I actually look more forward to seeing what's in here. I open this before I go to the updates. And Tracy, here's something else. When you open up that email and you zip through these things, you can click here and go right to the updates.
And that's the thing you'll look for on your phone.
What?
That little symbol that you just clicked on. It'll be in your upper right-hand corner.
Oh, let me see. This?
That little magnification.
Oh, it's in the upper right corner. Okay.
It should be in the upper right corner. That's what it looks like.
When I'm looking on my phone. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I was like, wait, that looks familiar.
Yeah. Funny how that works. So let's all read the Succeed Weekly. I'm telling you, go there first. It's so much more enjoyable. It doesn't make going to the updates seem like a chore. And I know it's no big deal. It's 5 minutes of reading time at the most to read the weekly updates. And you know how I am, stickler. Everybody read your updates. Well,
I read them. I'm
going to have to start emphasizing, read the Succeed Weekly first. It's full of fun and creativity. And then you get the down and dirty in the updates, So, but Tracy, I'm just like shocked. You did not open this and you didn't see your favorite stamps.
Nope.
Anyways. Okay. Thoughts for next time.
First of all, can you stop sharing? So
yes.
I don't have just 3 little people in the corner.
Okay, let me.
Not that, it's not that big of a deal, but it is kind of nice.
I have to see where I can stop the sharing. Why is that? Okay. Your screen share. Stop share. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Thank you for the reminder. Is there anything in particular you would like to see on the agenda for 2 weeks from today?
Not sure about that, but I do have a question, Mary. Do you use Squarespace, or what's your point of sale thing that you like, card readers?
I do have a Square. I don't use it very often. I originally got it like when I was still doing craft shows. And when people want to pay by card at the Creative Escape weekends, like for their cash and carry, even when I have it packed, I forget to use it on spot. And it's a little bit cheaper to run their card rather than just input the information later. I mean, we're talking cents, but so I do use it for that. My WooCommerce, that's where my PDF store is on my website. That goes through PayPal.
Okay.
And my Classes to Go used to go through PayPal. You have to make sure you have a business account, and they have become real sticklers. Venmo too. Now, I didn't use, I still don't use Venmo just because there are so many different ways to collect payment, and I want to do just a couple, just to make accounting easier for me and bookkeeping easier. But I know for a fact too, Venmo did finally start doing business accounts. I have not signed up for it, but my niece got her nails done and she didn't have cash on her. So she paid like through a Venmo, and they shut her down because it went to a server. So they locked her account or something. And when you're a college student, you're like, what?
Yeah.
So that was kind of a unusual thing. And I think she got it straightened out, but she's like, oh, and she's just a college student. That's the way kids pay for everything, so be aware of that. With Constant Contact, I first was doing just PayPal for the Classes to Go. And Then there were people who didn't want to use PayPal because they didn't feel it was secure. And at the time, Constant Contact had WePay, which was just another credit card service provider. And I did that, and the terms for each are listed. And it was cheaper for people to pay through WePay. So I thought, they don't need two choices because PayPal, they're either taking it from their PayPal account, but most are using a credit card to pay that. So I just did WePay. Well, then WePay, Constant Contact and WePay's contract must have expired or something. And they started with Stripe as of May 1st.
That's the other one. That's the other one.
So it works the same way as WePay, but I just had to set up Stripe. And I will say that like WePay, Stripe is a little bit cheaper on their fees than PayPal. So again, I just give them the Stripe option. I'm not doing PayPal and Venmo and all that.
Perfect.
and
Thanks.
I
I
have
think
not
I've
had-
asked you this before.
I haven't had any problems. I've only been doing Stripe since like the last week of April. Because I wanted to try it out before they actually made the complete switch, and I've not had a problem.
Good to know. Thanks.
But check out some different ones, especially if you're just choosing one, because fees can vary a little bit. And part of the fee thing I noticed is kind of hard too, because it'll be like, say, like they charge, I don't know, 49 cents per transaction plus a percentage. But I notice sometimes like somebody buying, well, that would be PayPal, but sometimes people are buying the same thing, but the fee that's subtracted is a little bit different. So I don't know if it has to do with where they live. California collects something a little bit different than Ohio or whatever. And it's minimal, but I do notice that. And of course, say, for example, if somebody orders, I'm just going to say the PDFs because that's where I see it the most. If somebody orders 3 PDFs in one purchase, that's one transaction fee. So it's going to be the 49 cents plus the percentage. Whereas if they would order a $15 PDF today and one next week and one next month, it's going to be 49 cents for each of those.
Yeah.
So percentage wise, it comes out about the same, but it can vary. It can save a little bit money if they're putting more than one thing on a transaction. But those are the ones I have experience with. I know there's tons more. Square is easy to use. And I don't remember if I had to, I imagine it's been so long. I imagine I had to pay for the little
Card reader.
Square, that you plug into your phone or whatever. But my guess is that cost was pretty minimal and you easily make up the difference.
And a lot of times too, you can find a sale on that or some bonus where they'll give it to you for free.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, I know this is a ways out, but I see lots of offerings, special deals around Black Friday for people to buy services like that. And it never hurts to ask, hey, who's got a good deal? I hope that helps.
Yep, definitely.
Okay. So if anything comes up between now and 2 weeks that you want to see on the agenda, of course, you just tell me. But my thought was, because there is this big emphasis on getting new stampers, people not experienced in our craft, and how do we pull them in? And we see that in a lot of our product offerings. I thought maybe next time we could talk about some of those beginner products or the easy to make products, like the note cards and ephemera packs. This is one I pulled out. I haven't even opened mine. Frames and Flowers, 12 by 12 DSP. And just kind of talk about different ways to use them in our business. This is the one where there's a few sheets of DSP, but then there's all these die cuts of card fronts. Oh, here's another DSP. And this one has kind of fallen apart as I pick it up. But all the different die cuts and how we would use that and implement that maybe in a class, or how we would show it on display in classes or events that we're having, or post in photos or a video to our Facebook page or whatever, send in an email. So, so it would be like these, the note cards and ephemera packs, the memories and more cards. I'm open to anything. And if that doesn't interest you, that's okay too. But I thought, you know, we're kind of, we've all been doing this enough that we're kind of beyond these most simple things. But I think it's good for us to take a step back and do the simple, and see if we can pull in some new people by showing these things.
Yeah, I think one of my new clients, I think she's definitely interested in the more simple. Because I mean, it was pretty funny. She told me it's just like, oh, I don't like ribbons and the embellishments. And I'm thinking like, what? How is that even a thing? Who doesn't? Of course, I didn't say that. She's like, oh, your cards are beautiful, but they're so fancy. I could never do anything like that. So I'm thinking, yeah, the ephemera packs and some of the more simple things would just keep it super simple for her. Plus, one of the other ladies, she's got MS and she pretty much doesn't have the use of one of her hands. And so I think those packs could make things super easy for her. Plus, I turned her on to the Stamparatus too, and she found one or something similar to it on eBay or whatever. And so that's been helping her out too. But yeah, I think a lot of people too like a lot of the simple stuff because they know they can do the cards more quickly and it doesn't seem so overwhelming.
Right. I think the overwhelm is, I mean, I get overwhelmed at times.
Yeah.
Today I couldn't, you know, I couldn't find my scissors during the Facebook Live. And then I wanted to, I needed to clean a stamp to show something different. So I pulled out my little mini thing, cleaned it off, needed it later. I was like, looking, and here I put it on the left instead of the right. I mean, just there's so much, and we use the products all the time, and we get overwhelmed. So, I think especially when people are starting out, if we can pull just certain products and draw their attention to that, and draw their attention to the simple, you don't have to have a ton of products. You don't have to know a bunch of techniques to make nice cards. You can do really simple, nice cards. And like you said, the woman with MS, like that's a, you know, I don't want to say a unique niche, but what's the word I'm looking for? That's a certain type of clientele.
Yeah.
You know, just like my 80-year-olds are a certain type of clientele, you know, they aren't looking to collect a bunch of stuff at this point in their life, or maybe they are having trouble with their hands due to arthritis or their eyes or whatever. And if we can simplify things for them so that they have fun and feel successful, then it's a win for everybody. And our goal is always to keep people stamping and keep them having fun so that they will interact, whether they buy a little or buy a lot. That's our goal. So, and then they'll bring their friends, right, Tracy? We'll get more people.
Exactly. Hey, I'm all about the simple.
Yeah. And you know what? I look at, I mean, okay, say for example, I'm going to compare two demonstrators, and I'm just going to say their names because they are friends of mine, and they would agree that this is very true. Do you know Jackie Bullheis, Plump and Stampers?
Mhm.
Simple, super simple. The simpler, the faster, the better. And she's #2 demonstrator in the world. That's how she built her business, on simple card making, easy, quick card making. She's been in it for, I don't know, 28, 29 years or something. And that's how she built her entire business. So you don't have to be fancy. You don't have, she doesn't push sales by any means, but obviously she's getting a whole lot of sales to be that high up. And then you have somebody like Julie Gilson. She is, what is her?
Chirpy quilter or something
No,
like that.
that's Julie Heights. Okay, but she
Oh,
has a
okay.
niche too.
Yeah.
And and she asked me one time, do you think I should start doing other things? I think I should start showing I said, why would you? You've got this incredible niche, and she is gaining followers like you would not believe. And her
Yeah.
business is growing. I can't, Julie Gilson, Stampin' Gala. She uses ribbon on everything. Every card, every project, ribbon, lots of layers on the inside. She does beautiful work. I love her work, but it's not me. I don't want to do an hour and a half Facebook Live, or I don't want to spend an hour making one card. Now, she's probably faster at that, but she too she's probably in the top 15, 25 for sure demonstrators. And that's how she's built her business. But she's got her own unique style, and people love that. So my point is, it doesn't matter what your style is, as long as you're true to it, whether it be simple, like Jackie Bullheis is always talking about SIP cards, stamped ink and paper. And look where she is.
Mm-hmm.
And Julie is doing these amazing hour to hour and a half long Facebook Lives with incredible projects. I love her work. I love her, and she's a sweet lady. In fact, she and her friends were the ones that rescued Emily when she was like passing out at the pool on vacation. But anyways, sweet lady, good friend, but completely different. And then I'm somewhere in the middle. I like, I guess, well, Brenda Sturr helped me term this. Easy to make wow cards. That's what I like to do. People look at it and like, oh, wow. But then I show them, oh, but look at how easy it is. Oh, I could do that. So whatever your style is, you stick to it and you build on that, and the people will come, and there are plenty of customers for everybody's style. And I think the simple style tends to bring in the new unexperienced crafters a little more quickly. We can get them on board a little more quickly. I know if I had started with somebody like Julie Gilson style, I would have been very overwhelmed. I mean, I think of Susie Brunk, and she is fast. My God, that woman, she is so fast when she makes her cards. It overwhelms me to this day. But, if I had somebody that was so over the top, I'm not sure I would be where I am today, because it's just not me, and I get overwhelmed, and I want to have fun. I don't want to have pressure and stress. And I certainly don't want to be putting that on myself. So yeah, if you're simple as your way, do it and do it well, and you're going to reach the people. We just keep, marketing what we do best. So, okay. So are we agreed then for the 28th? We'll take a look at everybody's Step It Up cards. And if you do anything where you want to share or talk about the process, you can do that then. And then we will do some focus on those easy products. That's not the right term, is it? I don't know what they call it.
I think it kind of like is made
quick
for you,
quick
ready
and
for
easy options, or
quick and easy.
step crafting. No, quick and easy options is step-by-step would be the kits, which is good too. I mean, if you want to talk kits, by all means. And quite honestly, when Paper Pumpkin, when we really got into Paper Pumpkin, people started on the alternate cards and the alternate projects for kits. And if that's you, that's great. Rachel Tessman does it so well, and there are many others that do. I don't want to think that hard. I work hard enough. I've got enough stress in my life. I just want to make the kits as is. Now, if something comes to me, I'm like, oh, that would make a great scrapbook layout, then I do it. But I don't go to my kits thinking I got to make something different. And I think it's just as important to show the kits, using the kits as designed, and then kind of stepping off. Alrighty. So if you have any of those quick and easy products and you want to make something ahead of time, or you don't have to make something, if you just want to talk about them and how you might use them yourself or use them in your business, plan on that, and I'll have some things to show you too. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Okay. And I'm definitely on for June 29th at my house for anybody who wants to come. I need to get, I know I've done the, told people save the date, but I need to send out an official invitation. And anybody can come. It's not like you have to have watched Creativity Now or bought that product. That'll be just one part that I'll share what we made in Creativity Now, and I'll be watching it on replay because we're celebrating Riley's birthday on the 22nd. Maybe I'll offer some or share some alternate projects using that. I don't remember. I ordered it, but I don't remember the name of it. Imagine that. I don't remember the name. And then I'll pull some things from the new catalog, and we'll do some make and takes. I have a game planned. I'll have lunch, maybe prizes.
Should be fun.
Okay. And then I'm thinking like 10 to 3, 10 to 4, something like that. And we'll go from there. Okay.
I like it.
All right. Anything else?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Sounds good. You're so quiet.
Thank
tonight.
We're all mellow.
Yeah. I'm ready for mellow myself. So, Bridgerton fans,
Yeah, I saw your post.
Thursday is the night, season 3. If you haven't watched it, Holly, have you watched Bridgerton?
Oddly enough, for all that I love Regency romance, I have not decided.
You're hurting my nerves. You might really like it. So if you have some binging time in the near future, you can binge and then move right into season 3.
Yeah. And then you have to watch Queen Charlotte, though.
Oh, Queen Charlotte's good.
I have seen, actually TikTok gives me bits and pieces of actually all of them. So I have seen some stuff of it, and I have thoughts. I'm a stickler for detail and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And I know that they are, and I give, I give them their creative liberties, they don't
Right.
mean to be, 100% spot on, but yeah, it's like, I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
see.
you're seeing things from a different perspective. than
Yeah,
what we
I know,
talk
I know the
about.
history of the era very well. So
Gotcha.
I'm a
And
Georgette Heyer kind of girl.
okay,
The original one, so to speak, the
gotcha.
original ones.
Okay. And I saw that Downton Abbey will be having a new season, but I forget when it's coming out.
Are they? Oh, I knew they were
I
talking
think it's
about it, but I
I
didn't
think it's
know if
like a
it.
couple months out, maybe later in the summer.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think I saw an ad for that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just saw it like a day or two ago, but I can't remember. It's later. I have to get through my Bridgerton first. Okay. This was nice. It was fun chatting with you and sharing ideas, and we'll do it again in 2 weeks.
All right.
Okay.
Good night.
You got your
Good night, gals.
challenges. I know
Yep.
you'll do great. See you later.
See ya.
Bye bye.